Welcome to the Voice of Sovereignty. Today we are talking about a fight that has been building for years and just hit a breaking point. Gen Z has declared war on homework, and their teachers are fighting back. I read an article this week by Elizabeth Carter that lays out both sides of this debate, and I want to tell you something that might surprise you. I agree with the students, and I agree with the teachers. At the same time, because this debate is not about who is right, it is about who is going to build the bridge. And I am here to tell you, we already built it. Let me start with the students, because I think adults are not really listening to what they are saying. Gen Z students are not saying, we do not want to learn. They are saying, we do not want to do work that does not matter. Those are two very different things. They watched their parents burn out. They watched the quiet quitting movement. They grew up with AI that can write an essay in 12 seconds. And they are sitting in class being asked to handwrite a 5-paragraph essay that looks exactly like the one their parents wrote in 1995. Can you blame them for checking out? They are also dealing with record levels of anxiety and depression. This is not a talking point, it is a clinical reality. And when you pile 3 hours of homework on top of an 8-hour school day and a part-time job and family obligations, something breaks. Usually the student. So when they say homework is outdated, what they really mean is this system was not designed for us. It was not designed for AI, and it was not designed for mental health. Fix it. And they are right. Now let me defend the teachers, because they are carrying something the students do not fully understand yet. There is a concept in cognitive science called retrieval practice. It means this: the act of trying to remember something after a gap is what makes your brain keep it. You learn it Monday. You struggle to recall it Wednesday. That struggle, that is the learning. Without that gap and that effort, the information evaporates. This is not a teacher opinion. This is how human memory works. It has been demonstrated in study after study after study. And homework, the concept, not the worksheet, is the delivery mechanism for that retrieval practice. The teachers also raise an equity argument that deserves serious attention. Some kids go home to houses full of books, to parents who talk about ideas at the dinner table, and to environments that reinforce learning without anyone assigning it. Those kids would be fine without homework. But what about the kids who do not have that? School-assigned practice may be their only structured learning outside of class. Take it away, and you widen the gap between the haves and the have-nots. The teachers are not clinging to tradition because they are stubborn. They are clinging to science because they have seen what happens when kids do not practice. And they are right too. So here is where I part ways with the debate itself. Because the entire argument assumes something that is not true. It assumes that practice has to feel like punishment. It assumes that retrieval has to come in the form of a worksheet. It assumes that the only way to get a student to review material is to assign it, grade it, and threaten consequences. That is not a fact. That is a failure of imagination. I know this because I spent decades in business watching the same principle play out. When I ran a photography department, I did not motivate salespeople by assigning them extra paperwork after hours. I built a game. I created a system where people competed, earned recognition, and pushed themselves voluntarily. And that department went from $500,000 in annual sales to $5 million. Same science, different delivery. And that is what we built at GSU. At Global Sovereign University, we do not assign homework. We built BookGames instead. A book game is a free, interactive challenge. It is tied to a real educational objective. You start at bronze, you work up to silver, then gold, then platinum. Each tier gets harder. Each tier requires you to demonstrate that you actually know the material. Not that you copied it from AI, not that you memorized it for a test, but that you can use it under pressure. Nobody assigns these. Students play them because they want to. They replay them because they want the next badge. And every time they replay a tier after a gap, that is retrieval practice. That is the exact mechanism the teachers are defending. The students just don't know they're doing it because it doesn't feel like homework. We have 19 book games live right now. Fish, or Legit, where you spot phishing emails. Shortcut Sprint, where you race a timer to name keyboard shortcuts. Budget Survivor, where you manage a household budget. The Betrayal Detector, where you identify propaganda techniques in real text. These are not worksheets with a cartoon on them. These are interactive, AI-supported challenges with our tutor Gino coaching you in 32 languages. Free. No login, no paywall, available on any device anywhere on Earth. Now, the students are absolutely right that AI killed the traditional assignment. If ChatGPT can write your essay, the essay does not prove anything anymore. But here is what the students have not thought through. AI cannot play the game for you. When Fish or Legit puts 12 emails on your screen and gives you two buttons, phishing or legitimate, and a timer counting down, no AI is going to click for you. When Shortcut Sprint gives you 15 seconds to name the keyboard shortcut, you either know it or you don't. The badge is proof that a human demonstrated mastery, not a machine, a human. And Gino, our AI tutor, does not do the work for students. Gino explains why you got it wrong. Gino coaches you through the concept. Gino speaks and listens in 32 languages. So a student in Mexico City and a student in Manila both get the same support. That's AI as an ally, not as a cheat code. The teacher's equity argument is the one that keeps me up at night. Because they are right. Not every kid has a safety net at home. And if you strip out all practice outside of school, you hand the advantage to the kids who are already ahead. That's why GSU is free, not freemium, not free trial. Free. No registration, no login, no paywall, no hidden cost. A kid with a library computer and 15 minutes has the same access as a kid with an iPad and a private tutor. Gino speaks their language. The games work on any device. The books are available through the GSU bookstore, with all proceeds going back into the mission. This is a 501c3 educational foundation. Every dollar from every book sale funds this platform. That is the equity answer. You do not close the gap by assigning more worksheets. You close the gap by making world-class practice free and available to everyone. So to the students, I hear you. Busy work is dead. You deserve better. Come play a book game and see what better looks like. To the teachers, I respect you. The science is real. Come see a system that honors retrieval practice without breaking the learner. And to everyone else, there are civilization builders out there, retired professionals with decades of expertise, who are ready to mentor the next generation. If you've spent your life mastering something, someone needs to learn it. Join us. The homework war has two sides. We built the ceasefire. This is the voice of sovereignty. And we are building a bridge to freedom through education, not handouts.